The best way to avoid any toxic relationship is to recognize the red flags. And the earlier, the better. The faster you become at spotting out those red flags of a potentially narcissistically abusive person, the less likely you are to find yourself in a very sticky situation that becomes hard to get out of. However, if you are only observing red flags outside of yourself, in other words, watching other people to present red flags to you, well, then chances are you are missing out on the biggest red flags of a toxic relationship. And this is because the biggest red flags present themselves from within yourself. The biggest red flags will come from inside of you. So let's learn how to pay attention to these big red flags that exist within inside of ourselves. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Now, before I continue with this very important message, I want to let you know that I'm here to support you. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. I do take telephone calls. I also take video calls, FaceTime, WhatsApp, Zoom. It's all available for you. In addition to that, I do have a coaching program where I coach every day, Monday through Friday. It's live with questions and answers. So if you'd like that daily one-on-one time with me, head on down there and get enrolled in a coaching program with a growing community of people who we're all just having a great time together. So get on down there and I'll talk with you soon. Now, we're talking about red flags. Red flags become a very important thing in your life because you are responsible to watch out for yourself. You have the burden in this life to make sure you stay safe in all of your relationships. Nobody is going to watch out for you as good as you are going to watch out for yourself. So we must learn to observe red flags of any relationship, but you already know that. One of the mistakes that we do is to only observe for red flags outside of ourselves, constantly watching the people we're with, which you should. Watching how they treat other people, watching how they talk to their neighbors, how they talk to the waiters and the waitresses, watching how they gossip about other people, watching the things they say, their mannerisms, their actions, their jokes, watching all of it and collecting it like data inside of yourself as red flags so that you can judge, because you're supposed to judge, not judge out loud, not demean and devalue them, but judge silently, judge within your heart as to whether or not they are a good fit for you based on what you've seen. However, if that's the only way you're looking for red flags, you're missing out. Not only are you missing out, but you could also be fooled. And here's why. Most narcissistically abusive people out there, psychopaths, sociopaths, are excellent con artists. They're excellent at maneuvering. They're most likely 5 steps ahead of you even in recognizing their own red flags because they're watching your reactions. They're observing you just as much as you're observing them, but for different reasons. You see, you're observing a potentially dangerous person or a narcissistically abusive person. You're watching to make sure they're good to allow into your life. They're watching just to find the hole that they can get into to get what they want. So already, when you're up against a narcissistic person, a psychopath, a sociopath, an abusive personality, you're at the disadvantage. And watch this. As they're paying attention to your reactions, they can start to mirror you. To avoid showing any red flags, they can start to shapeshift right in front of your eyes. Simply by saying something, watching your reaction, and then they say, well, I better not say that again, and so they divert the conversation elsewhere. The important thing to understand about their tricks, if you will, is that none of it changes them as a person. Just because they're able to recognize they said something that you don't like and then move to something else doesn't mean that you're not dealing with that bad person. It just means that they are like salespeople just looking for the hole to sneak into, which means that you cannot just rely on observing them for the red flags. So here are a couple of things to pay attention to that a narcissistic person cannot take away, cannot mirror their way out of, cannot shapeshift away from. They're things that are within you. Are you ready? Here is the number one sign or red flag that will come from within you. The first one is going to be second guessing yourself. Second guessing yourself. There is no reason in any type of relationship, whether it is a family relationship, a dating relationship, or a work relationship, or a close friendship, that you should have to second guess yourself. If you are second guessing what comes out of your mouth in the form of you wanting to ask a question, you wanting to voice your concerns, you wanting to address something that's important to you, if you stop that because of second guessing, well, I don't want to sound this way, I don't want to sound that way, or I don't want it to come across this way or that way, you're automatically in a place of danger because you're already presenting yourself in this territory of becoming dishonest. You're already stepping into this place of inauthenticity. Is that a word? Inauthenticity? A dishonesty. The moment you start second guessing if it's right or if it's wrong, what you're about to say and this and that, basically you're doing what the narcissistically abusive person's doing, trying to find the hole. You don't want to do that. If you are being dishonest, if you find yourself feeling like you have to be dishonest with your concerns, your opinions, your views, that's not a good start for a relationship. That is a huge red flag. And the reason is because this is how the relationship will play out. What starts in the relationship, including you second guessing everything you say, will continue. As a matter of fact, you have to assume it will snowball and become worse. One of the biggest red flags people miss is second guessing what they say. I miss that. I miss that red flag. And this is why I'm presenting it to you. This is why I'm sharing this with you. Early on, when I was dealing with narcissistically abusive family members, I found myself skeptical or second guessing, voicing my own concerns in the relationship. And as a result, I held on to things. I didn't say things. And that monster just grew. And before I knew it, I was in over my head in a relationship where I felt like I couldn't say anything. So it's a good indication that your discernment is telling you that you are not in a relationship that will be equal. A good, healthy relationship will draw out of you your honesty. A good relationship, a healthy relationship, will help pull out of you even the things that you don't know that you are trying to say. A good, healthy relationship will be equal in helping you to articulate the things that you want to get across. A good employer will value your insights and your opinions and welcome them. A good family will give you the time to open up and share what's going on in your world. But if you are entering into a relationship where it is difficult and you are second guessing your thoughts, your actions, and your feelings, whoa, time to hit the pause. And by the way, this is a red flag that they can't shapeshift around. Why? Because it's coming from within you. This is you checking yourself. This is you saying, what? What's that? Oh, we can't be honest? Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know. All right, that's a red flag. Okay. And now we can distance ourselves. Now you can distance yourself from that situation. Even if you have to tell the person, it's not you, it's me. I'm having a hard time being honest here. I feel like I have to tiptoe around certain things. I feel like I am having a hard time being able to be authentic. I'm second guessing myself a lot, and that's not a good sign. And by the way, this doesn't have to mean that you're dealing with a narcissistic person. It doesn't have to mean that it's their fault necessarily. It could be completely your fault that you feel you're second guessing. It's not the point. The point is that when this comes into play, you owe it to yourself, to them, to everybody else, whether they're narcissistic or not. This is off. Something's going on. I can't articulate what I would like to say. I can't be honest. I'm second guessing everything. And in the situation, you're not doing anything to help pull things out of me, to help me to articulate things, because there's a discomfort. That's all you need to recognize, is that in the relationship, there is a discomfort right off the bat. And I'm not talking about the shy butterfly discomfort. I'm talking about an inability to be honest discomfort. Second guessing yourself. If you stay in that, you will second guess yourself through until the death in that toxic relationship. Don't go there. The other part of second guessing is also walking on eggshells. It's the same thing. If you feel yourself walking on eggshells in a toxic relationship, what does that mean? What's it telling you? Pay attention to these huge red flags. All right? As I said before, I'm here to support you. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. In addition to that, new coaching program where I'm coaching every day, Monday through Friday. Get down there, get registered. I will see you soon. Watch this video right here. I'll be back with more right here on The Royal We.